So I'm good, but you asked me, why am I wearing the stop?
Why are you wearing bud?
I'm glad you asked, because obviously Tottenham, I've never doubted them, and we're literally the best team in Europe at the moment.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
This is quite a
To be
tight
fair,
top,
we'll let you have your moment.
I think when I wore this top before, I was a flyweight. But now I'm a bit more jacked. But but well done, lads. Never in doubt. Worst season in history for us, losing over 20 games in a season, but we win the ones that are important.
Anyway, let's talk about what we're actually here for. Welcome back, guys, and today we are proudly sponsored by Costa Coffee, is what we're gonna say in about 2 years' time when they do decide to sponsor us. But today, guys, we are going to talk about Tom Aspinall versus Jon Jones. Is it gonna happen? Do we think it's happening? Who do we think is gonna win? And hope you enjoy. Tom Aspinall versus Jon Jones, guys. Do we think it's gonna happen? I'm gonna let you start with Brad. Brad, do we think it's happening?
I would like to think it would happen, but as we all know with Jon Jones, it kind of there's a lot of pieces to the puzzle. Obviously, the big man, the boss, Dana White, says it is going to happen. He's quietly confident, but even that still doesn't. For me, it's like for Jon Jones, why? Why would he want to do it? He's accomplished everything within the sport. He's the GOAT, the greatest of all time in my eyes.
Well, this is what I think. I think that Jon Jones is very clever, and he knows that the longer he gets everyone talking about it, the more we want to see it. Because I myself wasn't that bothered at the beginning, but now I'm like, I really want to see it. Is he ducking Tom?
I don't think Jon's like that too much. I just think he wants the balls on his court. He don't even want to say Aspinall's name too much. He don't want to give Aspinall any credit. And I get it from his point of view, because all he's done, he's fought legends within the sport. And he would have much rather fight Pereira.
Shama!
I think that they will fight. I think it is going to happen. I just think that, is he ducking him? No, not a chance. He's the greatest of all time. Why would he be ducking Tom? I do think, however, that Tom poses the most threat. I think that obviously Tom himself said that, is he the pound for pound number one? He said at this moment in time, maybe. Back in Jon Jones's prime, no offence to Tom Aspinall, I don't think Tom would win that fight. I think Jon Jones is the greatest of all time. Hence, he's never been beaten. I'm not going to count his disqualification as a loss. But I do think that he knows that he's going to get more bang for his buck the more people want it. I do think this will be his last fight. I think Jon Jones might be 38. Ben, do you know? He's getting on a bit, so I think this is the last one.
For me, again, I don't think stylistically Aspinall could win this fight. Right?
You don't think he could?
No. Stylistically, if you think about, but of course he can, because he hits like a truck. And when you're fighting in that sort of weight class, you are prone to getting knocked out. You see it all the time. But also, again, for me, it's Jon Jones. Jon Jones, when he shows up, there's not a better fighter on the planet.
Jon Jones is the pound for pound best fighter in the world and the greatest fighter fucking ever. Period.
With fighting IQ, with wrestling, with all of it together. There's not a better fight. But we know Jon Jones sometimes cannot turn up sometimes and be a bit lackluster. We saw it against Reyes, we saw it against Gustafsson. Sometimes he has these lackluster performances. If he turns up with a lackluster performance against Aspinall will make him pay 100%.
Well, this is the other thing. So, heavyweight division, Aspinall could easily knock Jon Jones out. The question is, we haven't seen Aspinall go the full distance. We haven't seen him do 5 fights. How will he get on after 15 minutes? Will Jon Jones...
That's the whole thing. I mean, Jon Jones, with all the gifts he has as an athlete, his IQ, his fighting IQ is super high. I'm not saying that Aspinall doesn't have good fighting IQ, but we see Jon Jones tactically take people apart, and he's smart. And he'll make a fight boring.
Yeah.
He will make a fight boring, and he will hear the boost from the crowd, and he's not going to get triggered by that. Where someone like myself, who I've been in a fight, obviously, if I hear the crowd booing, I'm like, oh my God, I need to make this exciting.
Yeah.
I'll be pushing him to do something like that, you know, but he's not. You know, but it's all these questions about, is this fight going to happen or not? Oh, yeah, again, I would like it to happen, but you never know with Jon Jones.
So,
you never know with Jon Jones.
for Tom Aspinall, I mean, it's going to be very frustrating at the moment. You know, let's be honest as well. Jon Jones, he must be Keiko. He must have a lot of money where he's sitting back. There's a video the other day where he's sipping a coconut. He's not necessarily in a rush. Tom Aspinall is in his prime and he wants to get going. You know, he obviously wants to make a name for himself. Well, not that he's not already made a name for himself, but he wants to be the world champion and he wants to go and do things with his career. Jon, on the other hand, he's on his way out, let's be honest. He's getting older, like every other fighter is, and he's there maybe holding on to it a little bit, I think, because this is the fight everyone's talking about.
He's clever, like I said, he's trying to make it really frustrating for someone like Aspinall, because like I said, for me, Aspinall's been asking for this fight. He's tried it the nice, polite way. Hey, Jon Jones, please can I have a fight? He's tried it.
He's like an ex-girlfriend. Jon Jones is not letting him move on.
You're ducking me. You're this, that. So he's tried all these sort of ways, and like, it's one of those ones where Jon Jones is like, whatever. When I'm ready, I am the A side to this fight. But I can see the frustrations from from Aspinall. He's the interim champion. He wants to be the champion, you know, and there's always going to be that tainted kind of thing with him. So even if Jon Jones now disappears off to the sunset and retires, that's going to burn Aspinall. And he could even do that.
And us.
And the thing is, Jon Jones is so like, he could easily just do that. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him and go, you know what, actually, guys.
Let's be honest as well. So Tom said about, look, if you're not going to fight, I'll move on. That's the fight we want to see. You know, if Tom Aspinall, they go and find another guy and they make it happen, everyone still wants to see the Jon Jones fight.
Of course.
It's a bit like the Francis Ngannou, Jon Jones, you know, it never happened. And it reminds me of the Manny Pacquiao versus Mayweather. Everyone wants to see it, and I just hope that it doesn't happen in a year's time, 2 years' time, you know. Percentage. What do you think the chances are of it happening, and who do you think will win the fight? Who's your money on if it happens?
Okay, percentage of it happening, I am 70-30 thinking it will happen. Mm-hmm. Who do I think it will win? I'll probably say 70-30 is the same towards Jon Jones, I say.
And I think that I am going to agree with you on it happening, 70-30. And then I think as for who wins, I'm going to go 50-50. I do not know. I think either Tom Aspinall will beat Jon Jones within 1 or 2 rounds. And then I think, if not, I think Jon Jones does a 5-round decision. But I do hope Aspinall wins, obviously. Being
of course, it'd be good. But then also, for me, I don't know.
Behind the camera, I've got my boxing coach with his testicle hanging out. This is the shit I've got to put up with, man. Just trying to get some decent content, and we got... Do you know what I mean? Anyway, guys, there you have it. Do we think Tom Aspinall, Jon Jones is happening? We're both saying 75% chance it's going to happen. Who do we think's going to win? For me, 50-50. Brad's got it down, 70% Jon, 30% Tom.
Yep.
Let us know who you think's going to win in the comments. And until next time, peace.